Good morning. I'm here in Chris's van. We're on 7 Highway, and that's looking up at Mount Lady, Washington. That's what we're going to be going for today. We'll be starting up here from the Longs Peak trailhead, elevation 9,400 feet. And the hike up to Mount Lady, Washington is pretty stiff. I think we're looking at like a 3,800 foot elevation gain in like 4.5 miles or so. Alright, we're starting here. It's just past 5:30. The sun just came up. And it's a little chilly out here. I got my thermal ball on. We're a little over 1.5 miles into the hike. And we're trying to get Mount Lady, Washington done kind of early in the season. Because once Longs Peak opens up, this trail is a madhouse. We're up here to the famous Alpine Tundra sign. We're a little over 2 miles into the hike at an elevation of just over 10,750. We're sitting up here at Jim's Grove Junction, and that's looking up at the 3 mountains in this area. On the left, that's Meeker. In the middle, of course, that's Longs Peak. And then on the right, Mount Lady, Washington. And that's what we're going to be going for. As we continue to make our way up the East Longs Peak Trail here, you can see exactly where we're going to be going. A little notch right there is Chasm Junction. Then we're going to take it on up to the right, straight up that slope. Made it up here to Chasm Junction, 3.5 miles on the sign, and that's also what the GPS says. And then right behind me, it's going to be Mount Lady, Washington, and that's the way we're going to be going up. We've officially cut off the trail, and we're heading up the east slope, Mount Lady, Washington. We're sitting up here behind a rock trying to get out of the wind for a second, and it looks like we're just below 11,900 feet. That's looking over to Twin Sisters. We're about as high as it right now, and it is just a gorgeous day. Perfect blue sky, no clouds. We just took a nice break midway up the slope. I mean, we just have such a beautiful day. There's no threat of rain or clouds or anything, so we can take all the time that we want. Plus, it's still pretty early. I mean, I have a feeling we're going to be up there before 10 o'clock. We're maybe about 200, 250 feet below the summit. Chris is dying. It just gets real steep here at the very top. Real rocky. Yeah, we're maybe about 100, 150 feet below the summit right now. We're gonna get it. And we're up here, summit, Mount Lady, Washington. Trying to get out of the wind up here. Yeah, it's pretty atrocious. Every time I do Mount Lady, Washington, I always have to fight the wind. We're making our way towards the south, over to the Kneeling Camel, which is this rock formation. And it's like right there. And once we get to that, we're going to cut off to the left and head straight on down the rocks and see if we can make our way down to Chasm Lake, which is right there. I think that's the Kneeling Camel right there, that rock structure. So just below it is where you want to start heading down to the west side of Chasm Lake. This is going to get pretty steep for a second. We are literally just below the Kneeling Camel. I believe that's going to be part of it, just right up there. But look at that big rock sticking out. It looks like the Millennium Falcon or something. And we have been sitting up here for a few minutes. We can actually hear the people up on Longs. But we're going to start heading down now. And I think we can do this. I don't think we're going to have any problems. That's looking back up at the summit of Mount Lady, Washington. That's probably 200 feet or so above us. So we're already committed. We're going to do this. We thought staying to the right was the way. However, we just cliffed out over there. So we're working it back to the left. And I believe I can see the trail already. Looks like it goes right down in here. I even feel like that's a big cairn right there, indicating where to go. That's a big one though. We got to cross this sketchy part. Basically need to get down to that loose rock down there. Alright, he did it. I think that's going to be the way down. At least we hope it is, or else we're completely screwed. Like 100% screwed. We just came around the corner, and this is real loose and rocky. This is the worst part yet. However, it leads straight on out. Boom, we should be able to get down there, and then we're home free. These rocks are super loose. This is pretty atrocious, actually. And this is pretty much what we're dealing with right now. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this is getting nerve-wracking right here as we started getting close to the bottom, because to the left of me is no good. It's a straight cliff, and then way to the right didn't look good either. It looked like a bunch of snow, but right down here through the middle is the way. There's actually a little cairn right out there. We're making our way down. We're about ready to hit this dog leg, and we're gonna swing it on over to the left, and then pretty much straight down to Chasm Lake. And we just came down that. Started over here, came down. That was rough. Making our way around the side of Chasm Lake is proving to be a little difficult. We're having to implement some creative route finding to get around the thing. However, we're almost over to the eastern shore. I can hear the people yelling and screaming. This last part, getting around Chasm Lake, is just straight up rocky and gnarly. We're almost out of here. Just got to go straight down to the water, hook a left, and then we'll be on the east shore. Oh, we're down the scrambly part of Chasm Lake, and we're back on the trail. It's a little rocky, but this is the first legit trail that we've been on since we split off the Chasm Junction at 7 a.m. this morning. And it looks like we are going to have to cross the snowfield. I was kind of hoping this wasn't going to be here, but it is. Yeah, this really isn't too bad. Now, you could bust out your poles and spikes if you wanted, but not really necessary. And this is going to be the final snowy section. We just got a tad bit of uphill, and then we'll be at Chasm Junction. And then we're going to coast it all the way down to the trailhead. We're back, Longs Peak Trailhead, and I have literally been carrying this piece of crap down for about 2.5 miles. It was sitting in the trail, so I'm throwing it down right there. It's like some kind of portable pillow, but I feel sorry for whoever buries their face into that because it's pretty much soaked out with my arm sweat. Unfortunately, my GPS completely malfunctioned pretty much most of the day. You ought to see the route that it's showing. It's completely ridiculous. So we can't go off that at all. We're done. I don't know if Chris is going to be able to drive or not. He doesn't look very good. But hope you enjoyed it. And until the next one, y'all. Peace.